Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about my bike and my bike packing gear for this upcoming season. So we're going to talk about this guy right back here and all the gear that I'm going to be using. Now I know I've made a few videos in the past and you've kind of seen my bike. I made some changes on it, made a few changes in my gear and the stuff that I'm going to be carrying. So I thought it'd be cool to make this little video of a complete gear list of everything I'm going to be using for my bike packing adventures. Alright, so here is the bike. That is the Raliegh Willard 3 gravel adventure bike. This bike is an aluminum frame bike with a carbon fork, and all the components are made by HED, so the handlebars, the stem, and the wheels are all HED components. And then I'm running the Donnelly Explorer 40 by 700C wheels or tires, and those are tubeless ready and they are set up tubeless. And then as far as the brakes, it's running the TRP mechanical disc brakes, and those brakes work perfectly fine. They're one of the better mechanical disc brakes on the market. Really like those. The gearing on this bike is SRAM Apex 1, so it's a 1x11. It's running the Praxis Alba crank in the front. That's a 38 tooth front, and then in the rear it's running on an 1142 cog set in the rear. And again, I'm running the SRAM Apex 1x11 drivetrain. And as far as the pedals, I am running the clipless Crank Brothers Candy pedals. Those are a good pedal for what I'm using this bike for. Now, with that gearing spread, this bike is not a speed demon by any means, but that gear spread is perfect for what I use it for. It rides great on rough terrain, and it's a great climber. So this is, in my opinion, that's the perfect gearing on a gravel bike. All right, let's take a look at some of the accessories that I do have on the bike that stay on the bike pretty much all the time. I'm running the Cygolite 460, that is 460 lumens. It's rechargeable via USB. Awesome light. And then I am running the Wahoo Element Mini, and I chose the Mini just because I want to know the numbers, and it's super easy to use, and you can actually plug that into your phone and sync it in with your phone. And if you do that, it pretty much does about everything that the Wahoo Bolt will do. It doesn't have GPS, but if you have Ride with GPS or Strava, then you can sync them together and you can still get turn-by-turn navigation on your phone. And I always have my phone on me anyways, so that's why I chose the Mini. And then in the back, I'm just running the little CatEye light in the back, and that seems to be bright enough for what I'm doing most times. So again, there's the bike. It's the Raliegh Willard 3 gravel adventure bike. Now let's take a look at all the gear that I'm going to bring on a bike packing trip. And there it is, all my gear for a bike packing trip. Let's just start off with the quilt right here. That is the Hammock Gear Burrow 30-degree quilt. And you notice there's two quilts there. I also have the top Costco top quilt. That one's rated down to about 50 degrees. So depending on the temperature, if it's below 50, I'm going to take the Hammock Gear Burrow 30. That's the same one I take with me backpacking almost 95% of the time. But if the temperature is going to be above 50 degrees, then I will take the Costco quilt. And they weigh about the same. The Hammock Gear Burrow quilt weighs 18 ounces and the Costco quilt weighs 16 ounces. So not much of a difference in weight. And then as far as the pack, we'll start with my saddle pack. That is the Apidura Backcountry saddle pack, 14 liters, and I can fit pretty much my entire sleep system in that pack. And while we're talking about sleep systems, let's talk about that. So I always bring backpacking, no matter what I'm doing, bike packing, I always bring the XTherm sleep pad. I love that thing. And then as far as my shelter goes, I am using the Paria Outdoors Breeze Mesh Bivy. and then the UGQ Sil Poly tarp. And this particular tarp right here is actually a bivy tarp, so it's a little bit smaller than the normal UGQ tarp that I normally bring, and it's also a lot lighter. It only weighs 8 ounces. And then I also use the X pillow, same pillow that I use for backpacking. And then as far as clothing goes, I will always bring my Columbia rain jacket just in case, you know, you start getting dumped on. And if the temperatures are gonna be cold, then I could bring my puffy jacket, my Black Diamond puffy jacket. Not very likely for a bike packing trip. The bike packing trips are going to be more of a warm weather type of thing, hopefully anyways, but you never know. Might go out and do a cold weather bike packing trip. And then let's come over here. I do have the GoPro, and for bike packing trips I am going to use the GoPro. That's the latest GoPro Hero. It's just the base model, but it's the newest one. And I do have a chest mount, and I like to use the chest mount because it keeps the video pretty steady on the bike. And then this guy here, that's just my top tube bag. I can throw some extra tubes and stuff like that in there, a toolkit. And I can also put my phone on there, as I was talking about earlier. I always carry my phone, but for a long trip, I can throw my phone in there, still operate my phone, and use my GPS with the Wahoo Mini. And then over here, I am using the Specialized mountain bike shoes. Really like those. And I went with the mountain bike shoes simply because if I'm doing some bike packing, there's going to be a lot of times where we're all walking around, carrying the bike, you know, walking around camp, all that kind of stuff. So I went with the mountain bike shoes. And as you can see, they've got kind of a little bit more of an aggressive tread. It's better than like a traditional road shoe where it's pretty much just the clip and that's about it. And then my helmet, that is the Specialized Echelon helmet. And then over here I got just some stuff that I always bring around. This is my ground sheet, and all that is a trash compactor bag that I cut open. I lay that out on the ground and throw my gear down on it so it doesn't collect a bunch of moisture, all that kind of good stuff. The green one is my ditty bag. I keep extra battery, tent stakes, all that kind of stuff in there. The orange thing is my pack towel, and yes, that is a flask because I like to bring whiskey along with me. And then this here is my toiletry bag with my poop trowel and toilet paper, hand sanitizer, all that kind of good stuff. Up there, if the weather is cold, I will wear the balaclava and the gloves. Those are the Spider ski gloves. They're Gore-Tex lined. So I fixed the glove problem that I talked about in my last video, and those gloves work great. Now that is my summer jersey right there. It's just a lightweight, regular cycle jersey. Zips up in the front, has the 3 pockets in the back. And then I also have just a black pair of like spandex biking shorts with the pads in them that I'd wear with those in the summer. And then that is my winter kit, and that is a fully insulated bib and jersey kit. It's what I've been riding with in the winter. I have been riding all winter so far, at least as much as I can. But yeah, guys, that is all of the gear that I would take with me on a normal bike packing trip. And there you have it, guys. That's what the bike looks like, all rigged up with all my gear in there. Like I said, the seat pack, I can fit my entire sleep system and my clothes inside of that 14-liter bag. Now, if you notice, I don't have a frame bag or a bag on my handlebars. And what I was able to do last year when I went on my bike packing trip, I didn't need a frame bag, but I did use one of my backpacking bags. I just used an old Sea to Summit dry sack and rigged it up to the handlebars, and that worked out just fine. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's my bike, all my bike packing gear for the 2019 season. And like I said, I don't have a front handlebar bag, but I am in the market for one. So all my biking friends, guys that do bike packing, if you have any suggestions on an awesome handlebar bag, drop it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys.